Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.
I don't know my own heart, babe. I don't know where to start, babe. I don't know if I could fly, but I can try sometime soon. You don't know who you are, babe. Look at the light from the star, babe. They say it's gone before the light shines and bounces off the moon. Now I don't mean to make you blue. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind off it. I think we're living in a fugue state. Only way to love is through hate. And if you need a ride, you gotta pick a side to follow around. Now I don't mean to bring you down. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind off it. Now I don't mean to pull you down. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind off it. I just wanna take your mind. I just wanna take your mind off it.
My name is Luke LeBlanc. I'm a singer-songwriter. My music is a mix of all sorts of stuff, but lately I've been calling it folk rock, and I think that encompasses some of the roots behind it, but also some of the pop elements and the rock elements. And with me today I have Kaz Phelan on the bass guitar and harmony vocals, and Shane Akers on the dobro. Some people have described as sideways guitar if they don't know what the dobro is, and then I'll be on the guitar and singing and playing harmonica. That's the fun thing about it, is we don't really have a normal layout. It depends on the show. It depends on the size of the space, the logistics. How many people can I fit in my Honda CR-V? I don't know. Today it was 3, so we got a trio. If we're doing a show in town and we can have all the people, I like to have a 4 or 5 piece band, drums, someone maybe on the keys or someone on electric guitar. But it all depends. Sometimes I play shows by myself. I have some kind of idea mulling around in my head. Usually just starts with some kind of melody or some kind of hook. I might be playing my guitar and just something comes along and start writing down some words with it. When I first started writing songs, I was about 11 years old when I picked up the guitar, because it bugged me that I could listen to people's songs but I couldn't play them. And then I could start playing other people's songs. Then it started bothering me that I didn't have my own songs, so I started writing songs. So it's really just, letting your mind have fun and, feeling a melody, writing it down. The other part of it, and I think the more important part, is I just try to learn as much as I can. Everything is relative, and you learn something new and you break new ground on something. As soon as you do that, you find somebody else who's broken ground, 5 layers better and more than you have. And I think that's just one of the things that keeps us all going. And when we're learning something new and figuring something out and challenging ourselves, I think that's when we thrive. And I think that's when we all really feel happiest too.
I'll give up my money for a leaving plane. I'll give up my money for the next train. I'll give up my honey if it's all the same. I'll give it all up for you. I've been looking for a willow in the wind, a temporary place to hide within, long enough to miss it when I begin to roll away. And give up my money for a leaving plane. I'll give up my money for the next train. I'll give up my honey if it's all the same. I'll give it all up for you. Looking for shelter from the sun, to look back on the places I come from, a place to hide before I run, before I ride your way. And give up my money for a leaving plane. I'll give up my money for the next train. I'll give up my honey if it's all the same. I'll give it all up for you. I'm tired of looking for something I can't find, so I'm looking for a way out of my mind. You know you're just about my kind. You can show me the way, and I'll give up my money for a leaving plane. I'll give up my money for the next train. I'll give up my honey if it's all the same. I'll give it all up for you. I'll give up my money for a leaving plane. I'll give up my money for the next train. I'll give up my honey if it's all the same. I'll give it all up for you.
You know, we all go through stuff. We all have challenges, good challenges, bad challenges. But I think the first part of getting through any kind of challenge is just looking at the place you're in, whether it's a physical place or an emotional place, and accepting, you know, where you are. If you're upset about something, you sit down and say, gosh, I'm upset about something. I'm going to accept it. I'm not going to pretend I'm not. Because when you accept that, then you can move on. So that's where Places kind of comes from. And that record's been out for a year now. And I think the way people listen to music has changed a lot. I don't think it's always about an artist's brand new song that they released yesterday. I think people are listening to artists' whole catalogs a little more. So I'm trying to learn and find new ways to keep the music that I already have released. My album last year, the album the year before that, and the year before that, just keep it out there and get more people to listen to it. Other than that, I'm still working on songs. When we drove up today, I played the guys a couple demos that I had done, you know, just recording at home with me doing vocals and guitar and playing bass as bad or poorly as I can, you know, one note at a time. I don't have an exact plan for those songs yet, but that's the exciting part, going back to what I was saying about learning. You know, I'd like to learn a bit of how recording works and how to get a really good track at home in the mixing process. So I don't know how the new songs are going to be released, but they're going to at some point. And I hope we can do it in a different way than we have done in the past. So.
To you I look up, keep my chin up, and take it as it comes. To give up is to slip up and be beat like a drum. But maybe I just wanna be defeated. Take all my worry and leave it. Take the loss, I will receive it. Maybe I wanna be defeated. To wallow is to follow the pity in our veins. Till we swallow all the hollow like a melted sugar cane. But maybe I just wanna be defeated. Take all my worry and leave it. Take the loss, I will receive it. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Calico, indigo, the colors we chase. Green on a mistletoe, black on an empty road. Watch them erase. 'Cause maybe I just wanna be defeated. Take all my worry and leave it. Take the loss, I will receive it. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Take all my worry and leave it. Take the loss, I will receive it. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Maybe I wanna be defeated. Maybe I wanna be defeated.
We're gonna do one called "Break My Wall." I think when you release some music, I think I'm trying to think what are songs maybe people are gonna like, but then when you're actually playing the music, you and whoever else is playing the music with you, you have your favorites that you don't know if it's gonna be other people's favorites, but you enjoyed playing it the most. And one of those songs off this new record is called "Break My Wall." And this record, we went down to Eric Koskinen's studio in Cleveland, Minnesota over a weekend, and we recorded it all live with the band, just all there. And "Break My Wall" just really, it just flowed really well. I was so thankful for the musicians that were involved on it, because every song had its own just kind of soundscape to it, where you can close your eyes, and each musician in the room was just doing their own thing and creating their own little corners and pockets in the song. And I think "Break My Wall" was a good example of that. Lyrically, it's about breaking down the walls we have. I think we all put up some walls. We don't, it's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to be wrong. So we build fences and walls around ourselves to protect ourselves, which is okay. It's in our nature. But the benefits of letting those walls down for a second, I think, is what that song's about. And so looking forward to highlighting that one today.
I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away. There's a robin singing in a dying tree, sweet and low so nobody sees. Hides from his lover so she doesn't leave. Yeah, it looks like trouble, but it sounds like me. And I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away. Yeah. There's a jet plane living in a lonely sky. She comes back down when she gets too high. I only ride in the clouds every once in a while. Got the mind of a man but the heart of a child. Now I don't wanna waste your time, now I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away, I give them away. Built my wall in the early days, and I walked my line on the promenade. But you broke right through my walls of clay. Didn't know your hammer was built that way. And I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away. Yeah, I don't wanna waste your time, I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away. Time, and I don't wanna ruin your day. I keep most things to myself, but to you I give them away. Yeah, to you I give them away. Oh, to you
there's so much talent in Minnesota. I mean, the two guys I brought with today can play like nobody else, you know. They're just fantastic. There's just a great network of people you can reach out to for advice. There's such great power in just having a conversation with somebody, because I think we've all had conversations where you just have that one beer with somebody or that one coffee break with somebody where they give you a new idea or they say something that makes you think about something a little differently. And I think we have a music community here of people willing to do that. One example, a couple years back, this was just right before the pandemic, I got to open for Charlie Parr up in Duluth. And before the show, I thought I could maybe bug him for 5 minutes just to say hello and ask him a couple of questions. And he sat with me for an hour, you know, in the back of the venue and just gave me advice of when he first, you know, started out and things that he tried, things that worked, things that didn't work. And, you know, when somebody's traveling, he tours so much, he's busy, he's got a lot of demands, and to take time to, you know, chat with somebody who wants to know something, that's nice. And I think we're very blessed in this state to have that. And a lot of places, I mean, like Backroads that aren't just in this, you know, St. Paul, Minneapolis area, that support music and have programs like this, or venues that have ongoing concert series that we've gotten to play over the last couple of years. Very, very grateful for it. My parents don't play music, but always big music fans. And so Bob Dylan and the band, big influences growing up. I was named Luke after the third verse in the song The Weight by the band. So that was a really good, you know, starting block of foundation to build on. Funny story, my middle name is Young. My mom, big Neil Young fan. So she gave me the middle name Young, and then on my second birthday, my aunt gave her a call and said, "Did you know that today is also Neil Young's birthday?" She didn't know so me and Neil Young have the same birthday, and she, you know, gave him the middle name. So that became an influence, you know, later on. I remember in college as well, really getting into Bon Iver's 22 a Million album, which has just a lot of like electronic elements that growing up I wouldn't have listened to that stuff a lot, but I just got into it. You know, I think certain moments in your life align with the music you're listening to at the exact same time, and for the rest of your life, whenever you hear that song, you're going to think of that one spot, you know. And but it's an album that's really a good example of how I think the folk music movement, which maybe in the 60s and was about, you know, playing a song and it's just you and the guitar and it's very pure. But now the folk music I kind of think of folk music does incorporate a lot of electronic elements now, because most everybody has a laptop and some kind of, you know, sound interface recording equipment at home that they can add this stuff to, and it's not just big record labels and big studios that can make music.
Soon that low light will pass. We all knew it would never last. Now when everybody says just what they mean, that's when I'll come clean. That's when I'll come clean. And that city that we built will sway like Madonna on a Christmas day, when the wise ones tell us what they've seen. That's when I'll come clean. That's when I'll come clean. Father in the square. Our fathers and our fathers' fathers there. When the king gives the crown to the queen, that's when I'll come clean. That's when I'll come clean. There'll be a party in Washington. All our demons will come marching in. When the guest we bring makes a scene, that's when I'll come clean. That's when I'll come clean. Soon that low light will pass. We all knew it would never last. Now when everybody says just what they mean, that's when I'll come clean. 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 That's when
Backroads is made possible by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund with money by the vote of the people, November 4th, 2008.